beautiful office now.
Yes.
Right next to Eason Hall. And so when you have your cat or dog, you just run it over if you work in town, in the village or the town. And it's a nice thing to have a caring veterinarian around, because
Yes.
it's so important to make sure your cat doesn't have some sort of disease. You don't want to adopt out a cat to somebody's family that is not in good health. And there are a number of things that attack cats. The rhino cold to get, and of course distemper it's a bad one. Distemper is mortal. And once the cat gets distemper, it's hard to deal with it because the vet doesn't want the cat in the setup, and it's really untreatable for the most part. So you do have to give your cats your shots, just like your dogs. You have to give them protective shots at the beginning of the year. Every April I do mine, April 1st, and I have a number of other friends who have a lot of cats. And I will mention on the air that Dr. Rogers is very, very good with the cats here, and most veterinarians are very caring, though some of them are, I think they're feathering their nest. But at any rate, it costs on average around, between $50 and $60 to take your cat in and get their shots. You can do it online, and it's legal in New York State, and they will send you the shots with the syringe for around $8 to $10. Can't beat that. And you have to give them to yourself. You got to be able to pull up the nape and give them a pop. It's subdermal, as they say. It's not in the muscle, it's just under the skin. And you give them their shot. It takes about half a second, and the cat doesn't even know what hit them. You give them some tuna fish, it's fine. Although some people say I shouldn't give them tuna fish, but I give mine some once in a while. They love it. They love it. When I open a can, I save the water. So here we go. And you don't have to, if you give them your own shot, you don't have to send them off to the vet and put them in a cage and have this going on constantly in your back seat, and have other things happen in your back seat, which I won't mention it, but it requires quite a cleanup. We have a telephone call. Let's take a caller. Good morning, caller. Thank you for waiting.
Well, good morning, Ray. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Celeste.
Good morning.
I got a question. Every so often in the paper, I read that people, you find their house unlivable if like 30, 40 cats. I mean, you guys ever take any from this?
Caller, you're blacking out. We can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Yeah, is this any better?
Well, let's keep trying.
Okay, yeah. What it is, people, they have 30, 40 cats. Just wondering, is it like, why would they have so many cats? Is it a mental problem, or is it they don't have pets?
Okay, caller, you're breaking up. What I suggest you do is call back. I did catch that question, though, did you?
Yes, we did.
People have 30, 40 cats. What the heck's wrong with them? They're crazy or what?
It is a mental condition,
Mental
and these people are under the impression that they are rescuing these cats and that they are the savior, and in most cases it's impossible to take care of 30, 40 cats yourself, so it makes it so that the cats usually are in worse condition with their savior than they would be if they were in a shelter or with somebody else. But the people need to be counseled and have psychological...
Well, every once in a while on the animal program, Channel 47 on my tube, on my Time Warner, they do a show on how they bust into somebody's house and they're just crawling with cats.
Yes.
And they got cats everywhere, in the drawers,
Yes.
in the cellar, in the attic. They have to spend hours chasing them down. It's quite a job.
A lot of the cats that they rescued, I think, breed within that household too, and then those kittens breed more. So they may have started out with a reasonable number, but without spay and neuter, they're going to lose control of the situation very
Very fast.
It's a geometric progression.
Definitely.
You start out with 2, you're going to have 2,000 before you know it. You turn
Yes,
around.
and it's a very expensive proposition to have that many cats spayed and neutered, and people
Sure.
can't do it. So
casino.
they just
What's it cost normally? Around 100, 150 to have a cat fixed?
of course, we get
get
a
a
break
deal.
from our vet, but I think it's probably.
Hey, Chris, how come this doesn't work?
Plug it in.
It is plugged. It's not plugged in. That's why it doesn't work.
I'd like to say that the County Humane Society does have a program for people who I believe they must meet certain income guidelines. We don't qualify as an organization, but we do get some of their services for a agreed upon fee. But I would welcome anyone to call the Chautauqua County Humane Society. They are listed as such in any phone directory, and learn if they qualify to receive free spay-neuter for cats.
They do, and my son just took a cat over, and they did the whole works, and they didn't charge anything. Gave him the shots and the whole works.
Yes. They will test, they will give vaccines, and they will spay or neuter the animal, and you pick it up later that same
That's
day.
over in Strunk Road
Strunk Road,
in
yes.
Jamestown. If you do have a cat, you must have that cat fixed. Otherwise, you're going to wind up with cats up the chute, everywhere. I got another couple of calls. Do you want to take a call? Okay. Good morning, caller. Thank you for waiting. Didn't wait.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Reed.
Yes.
Good morning, this is Carol Keating.
Hello.
Top of the morning to you.
Thank you very much.
I don't have a TV, but I imagine the cats that Judy and Celeste have are adorable and looking for a home.
They are?
I'd like to thank Judy and Celeste for all their volunteers for their hard work and dedication finding homes for cats. And on a personal note, after 23 years in my home, I'm being forced.
I told you, Carol, you will not cut her off. You will not bring up legal matters. She's finished. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This person has a legal matter, and I insisted that we do not discuss legal matters on this show. She does have some cats that she'd like to have put aside, if somebody would be willing to take them for a little while she's finding a new home. We could have a chance to, if somebody would be good enough to take the cats, it would be wonderful. And if you want to have them, get in touch with Carol Keating in Mayville or call me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about pennies from heaven. Tell me about that.
Okay. Well, at our store, the Thrifty Kitty, I don't know if you can zoom in on one of these or the other as I talk. We are currently having a campaign to see if we can fill a large snifter, which is on our countertop. And we encourage anyone to bring in pennies that maybe they've been saving in a jar or too many in your purse or pocket.
Everybody has a bushel of pennies.
Yes, they do. And they add up, though, and we can put them to good use for the shelter that we hope to have soon. And I just want to plug the Thrifty Kitty. That is the place where
this is nonprofit, so
yes.
You can talk all you want about it.
Right, and without knowing what the store hours were and the location is, we wouldn't get our pennies probably, unless you gave them to somebody else to bring in. But anyway, our thrift store, which supports our rescue, is located at 59 East Main Street in the village of Westfield.
Just east of Napa, right?
Yes, right next door. They're our next door neighbors. We have wonderful neighbors on Main Street,
Napa.
I might add. And also, our store hours are from 10 to 5, Tuesday through Friday, and 10 to 2 on Saturday. In fact, we'll be opening up in about 20 minutes. I hope that some people who haven't even heard about our store, and that still amazes me.
It's beautiful.
We're closing in on our third quarter, and at one point we didn't even know if we would make it to the end of 3 months.
Well,
and we think we have a lot of satisfied customers, a lot of very nice merchandise.
It is
so
beautiful.
Please come in and visit us and bring your pennies and bring your dollars for the purchase of some very nice and useful items.
There you go. On Main Street, just next door to Napa, you will find the Thrifty Kitty, which is a store which is nonprofit. Any monies that do come in after the expenses will go to helping these cats. We have a bunch of calls, so let's take another one. I'll bet we may have a repeat caller.
Okay.
Good morning, caller. Thank you for waiting.
Hey, it's been Bagara.
Yeah, thank you. Begora. Aaron Begora.
And a happy St. Patrick's Day to you and yours and all your audience also. I do have a question. Oh, dear.
This is a senior, you understand.
It definitely is.
Oh, we all are.
Definitely is.
Well, you have a cat.
Yes.
You do
I
then?
do have a cat,
Okay.
actually, but this isn't about my cat, who right now is, sadly my cat sometimes forgets where he's supposed to leave his number 2 jobbies
Oh dear.
and decides to leave them elsewhere. And then the cat, at my vet's recommendation, I put him on a leash and keep him. He has like a 15-foot radius that he can go and out, but he has to stay tied into the bathroom, but the door's open so he can go into a different room too. And usually, well, the first time it was a month and it worked. Well, back then he didn't know what to use the litter box for, either one of the two, but now he always goes there for his number 1. But number 2, he tends to forget every once in a while. And so usually about 3 days, and I'll let him off the leash, and he will remember.
Good.
But it does work. I was surprised.
Okay, thank you.
However, that was not my comment.
Well, before you get finished, I'll give you another cure for this. It's called the inhumane vicious cat hater trick, but it works. And whenever we were young, we had cats. If the cat doesn't use the litter box, you rub his nose in it, and you take a piece of newspaper and you whack him with it, which scares him half to death, but doesn't hurt him really. And he doesn't do that again.
but that doesn't always.
That does not work with cats.
No, it doesn't always work. I can guarantee you, because that's the way we used to get our cats if they decided to. And I tried it, and this cat
Didn't work.
said, no way, I'm still going where I want. The heck with you.
You got a bound and determined cat.
Yes.
But a couple of newspaper treatments might not hurt.
Well, actually,
you
I
use
did
newspaper
try
to train dogs, you know.
And it doesn't hurt them. You're absolutely
Nah,
right.
you don't want to
there.
hurt them, but you do let them know you're very unhappy.
Yes, my tone of voice immediately, and he looks at me and gets a little, what's going on here?
This is, incidentally, viewers, this is not a way to treat your cat program, by the way.
Now, my question for your guest is, are cats able to be used, like at the Westfield Healthcare? They bring in, or not, Absolute now.
Yeah.
They bring in, they have a resident, well, not resident, he goes home at night with his owner, but during the daytime, they have a dog that roams around and
They have a couple. Beautiful dogs. They're wiener dogs.
The one is no longer with us.
But
They have, it's a wiener dog. I don't remember what it's big. But it runs around, and all the residents, or a lot of the residents, love having the dog come in and visit, and a lot of them have treats. I'm surprised the dog doesn't get as big as an elephant. Because all the residents want to give him treats and stuff. I particularly had a friend that used to reside there, and she kept a bag right on her wheelchair with treats for the dog.
Sure.
And but anyways, are cats ever used for?
Do you ever use cats over there?
No, or in any. Are they suitable to be
We get
used?
it. Okay.
There are places, now I don't know what the health laws would be on this, but there are places that have resident cats in senior housing and in the homes. And we don't take our cats, actually in that situation it's a little easier to take a dog because they can be on a leash. And most cats don't like to be on a leash. Some do. And another thing, we seem to run into the allergy problems more than with dogs. We would be happy to share our cats with any Absolute or anywhere because it's not only good for the patients, it's exceptionally good for the cats too.
There you go. Okay.
And so if there is a possibility, we would like to do that eventually. We'd even be happy to place one in the home living there. But I think you run into a few more allergy problems with the cat. And the claws, of course, can be a problem with elderly people.
Right.
You don't want somebody to
Definitely
to
not.
get,
And if you do have a
scratched.
cat, you've got to be extremely cautious because
Yes.
they do have a tendency to jump in front of you when they want to be fed, and you don't want to trip on them. Thank you, caller.
Okay, thank you,
Yes.
and have a wonderful day, and enjoy this wonderful weather.
Okay, thanks a lot. I got a comment. We have a letter that came in from one of our viewers, and thank you, viewer. And he says that we at some point trounced Limbaugh for calling a woman a slut.